Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the London Black Knights and the Chicago Cougars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Head up. 18 Gator. Check 55. Mike. I got one.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And right away, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen going down the middle, and it's complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Allen now on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's go deep.
Allen throwing again. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Watch tight end. Ready.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
A throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Christensen. It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Finley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Finley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
6-man. Check curls, check curls.
Ready. Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. He's got his man on the crossing route. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Open man there. That's Bellamy. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
They're on the 8-yard line. Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
Shoot.
On 1st down, Finley. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Christensen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Christensen. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
70, Indy.
55, coming to you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? And Lobo.
On first down, Christensen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Christensen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Get it.
Throwing on first down, Christensen. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. To throw on second down, Christensen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Christensen. And it's caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Looking to throw. Christensen. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Allen. And he fires one incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
12 yards there and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Right there in the middle, 55. Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this time.
The end result, 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
60 Pittsburgh. I got you. Now.
On first down, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set. 60 or. Check, 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 check. 5.
On first and 10, Christensen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down, Finley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So, Party, next time we see this coaching staff, I want you to have my back here, because that was really kind of a white flag type of a play, almost a little bit of a surrender. Just turn and hand it to the big guy, get what you can, and be prepared to kick the ball away.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And here's Allen throwing on 1st down. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Allen going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Come on, let's go. Ready?
Allen going to go on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're open.
He's got it at the 15. And what a big-time play there. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 15 yards on that play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all three of those positions.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down. Christensen, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Gosh, this game's felt a bit weird all along the whole way through, and no better play maybe exemplifies that weirdness than that safety right there.
Partner, you've got a tie game and time running out. You've got to be ultra careful down on that end of the field, and this could very well be the play that decides this football game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. 2nd and 9 now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On 3rd down, Finley. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 2, and time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league.